Let me tell you a story. What's so your last name? Ever since the divorce, my mother accuses me of beating her just like she used to accuse my father of doing so. Today, I did. I flashed my lights at a car to let them know that their headlights were off. They've been following me now for 30 minutes, and my gas light just came on. I thought I can see ghosts. It's when my mom got arrested that I realized those dead bodies randomly appeared in my closet and under my bed were real. I couldn't pay my heating bill this time. Me and the kids are going to sleep in the garage with the car on to warm us up tonight. In the attic of the abandoned house in the woods, I happened upon a stack of old Polaroids depicting numerous people being tortured and mutilated. My breath caught in my throat though, when the last picture in the stack was of me, walking up the stairs to the front door. Working in a morgue, you're sure to see some strange stuff, like birth defects and amputated limbs. But this was different. The blood inside of the body was blue. Mummy, the nice man in the woods said we can play hide and seek tonight. He said he'll come by and find me when it gets dark. With great effort, I managed to bend my unmoving toe. Yes, this body will do, I thought, as tears leaped from my host's wide eyes. Hey, remember those magic grow capsules? You put it in water and it expands into a larger animal. Well, my daughter tried submerging the dog. We all learned she doesn't get any bigger that way. Hangnails are the worst. I've reached my elbow and it still won't break off. I decided to visit my grandmother today since I haven't for a long time. I can't express the horror I felt when I saw that something appeared to have crawled out of her grave. Please, don't leave me, my girlfriend sobbed. I love you. I love you too, I promised from the top of the stairs before closing the door to the basement. Today, police called telling that with some degree of confidence, they found the remains of my missing husband. Full of desperation and fear, I ran out of the house, but I quickly calmed down, seeing that the ground under a big old oak was untouched. It was the first day of grade 1 school, and as the teacher, I asked each student to introduce themselves to the class. The cute little girl stood up, stared at everyone in a daze before violently shrieking, "My name is Nero. My name is Legion. My name is Belial. My name is Judas. My name is Cain. And I am Lucifer." The almonds from our tree in the garden are more bitter than I expected. But if I add some extra sugar in my cakes, I'm sure it will balance out nicely. Tears rolled down the genie's eyes when I said my wish is for him to be free. He hugged me and said, "You were just like me. I too wished for the previous genie to be free." The girl sat in silence, understanding the spirit board wanted her to murder her father. Her mother tried not to smile, knowing she had convinced her daughter to do her dirty work. Ever since Mom started seeing this guy, the monster hasn't came out of my closet for a while. Now, he waits for her sleeping pills to kick in before walking right through my door. At first, I just assumed the PVC vent on the outside of the house we bought was only there to prevent radon buildup, but I had no idea what the hose poking out was for. Then, doing renovations, I discovered and reported the body behind the wall, and now the police are saying it looks like the victim was kept alive for several weeks. I toss and turn almost every night, completely restless. It's only because I don't want the thing knowing I'm completely defenseless. After months of trying, my wife and I are having a kid. Finally, found a family that doesn't lock their door at night. My daughter cried even harder as I explained that now, for sure, the family cat couldn't come with us on vacation. "Please," she cried out. "She doesn't even have to breathe in the shoebox if her neck's gone." I knew to figure out which of the two people standing in my home was my real mom. I had to ask them a question only my real mom could answer. Both of them smiled and chuckled when they saw my face after realizing they both answered wrong. I finally gathered the courage to return to my hometown and visit my parents' house and visit old friends. I think I made a pretty good job making them realize not only ghosts exist, but justice always gets her way. We put a tape over his mouth as we kidnapped him for his bachelor party. Unfortunately, we had all forgotten he had a severely deviated septum. When you treat as many mentally disturbed individuals as I do, you're going to run into a few who claim to be able to predict your death. What worries me is how many of them are making identical predictions. Walter was handed a large box that his wife had taken from under the tree, and he ripped it open. He then screamed when he saw the head of his mistress staring back at him, and then saw his wife hand him another box while saying, "You will find the rest of her in this one." My father and I were watching the news when I read the headline, 10-year anniversary of search for missing boy. He quickly changed the channel when a sketch looking just like me appeared on screen. The monster searched the building as if it were looking for specific people. They said the infected can retain memory, but I didn't think he'd remember his wife's killer, the judge who let him go free, or me for not answering her screams. The policeman studied the lost child picture that was flashing on the TV and saw the video of the distraught mother pleading for the return of her little boy. After, he went home and then went to his basement to make sure the boy was still there. No one in my family had lived past 55. Pulling the trigger, I decided to continue the tradition. here's a bonus. My partner and I just moved into our new home. We didn't realize our basement came with children.